Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a quick review for you of this little guy. This is the Anker PowerPort Speed 4 USB charger. Now first off, a quick note. Like Nick, you're reviewing USB chargers now too. Yes, I am, because I talk about useful everyday carry gear. Whether it's something like a pocket knife or a wristwatch or a phone or a pen, any of those kinds of things, those are useful items to me, and I think that these are a very useful item, and I hope I'm going to make that case today. But I got this guy a long time ago. It's traveled with me a fair amount, and I love it, and I'd like to talk a little bit about why. So first off, though, a quick size comparison. Let's measure this guy up real quick. Here it is with a caliper on it. It's 2.6 inches square, and then the short dimension here is 1.12 inches or so. And so you can see it's not a huge thing. Of course, size comparison, Spyderco pocket knife. It's tradition, what can I say? And so that's the size of this guy. And then two other things. First off, Anker, the brand here, is actually a company that I use a lot. Not because I know anything about them particularly, but I've just never been burned by them. Very often when you buy cables and things like that, you feel like, oh, this is a piece of crap. Chargers can be really bad, but they tend to have a little bit better quality control than most, and, so I use their stuff a lot. I mean, heck, I'll unplug right now. This is the cable that's currently charging my phone. It's another freaking Anker cable that's doing the filming here. So anyways, I like this stuff, and so I'll probably review a couple of things by him here. Then finally, a quick review, because it's a USB charger. There's not that much to say. So let's talk about what's good and what's not so good about your PowerPort Speed 4 here. First off, on the good side, these little port doubler things are freaking magical. Because more and more in the world is USB. It's now the case that very often your cell phone is USB. Sorry, bounced off the canned air can over there. But your cell phone is USB based. A lot of things are micro USB these days. So like flashlights are micro USB charged often. What else is, presenter remotes, all kinds of crazy things are micro USB charged, as are a lot of cell phones, tablets, those kinds of things. Every day there are more smartwatches, more and more things in life are USB charged, and so we're using more and more USB chargers in the world. And the thing is, this offers you the magical ability to turn one outlet worth of USB charging into 4 outlets, because it replaces 4 of those little crappy plugs that they include with everything with, one unit that contains 4 of them and charges faster than it does normally. And the nice thing about this too is, let's say you're at an airport and you walk up to the gate and there are 15 people crowded around 3 outlets. And they've all trying to get their individual power bricks in here. You can, of course, with permission, jump in there, unplug one of their things, and then plug that person and then 2 other people along with yourself into that. You're getting power, they're getting power, you're the hero, case freaking closed. This is a good way to be the most popular guy at the coffee shop. And so that's really nice. The other thing is that it allows you to charge your entire life from a single power plug connector. If I'm traveling or something like that, I can throw all of my devices into this guy and just plug into one, device. I can have my phone, my tablet, my fiance's phone, fiance's tablet, etc. Or, if I got other stuff, it's great. And the other thing is, if you've got one of these on your bedside table, or ideally underneath it, because maybe, I don't know, whatever. When you go to travel, you just grab this with all the cables in it, and guess what? You got all your charges. Case closed. This is just a magical thing. I like this very much, and it makes it very, very easy to charge everything you've got. Next thing on the good side, this is happy at any voltage, which means that for international travel, it is absolutely good to go. You're not going to be able to read any of that, but it is there if you want to pause and take a closer look, and I'll hold it there as we're doing that. So that's always a beautiful thing. It provides lots of good power, and I've used it in South Africa, Scotland, a couple other places, and the U.S., of course. So there you go. Next thing, this supports the Qualcomm Quick Charge 3 standard up on this top outlet here, and it just has the standard power IQ on the rest. But the thing is, all of these outlets provide great power. It's very, very, it's up to 2.4 amps on all of them, and it just charges a lot quicker than a lot of your vanilla adapters out in the world. If you've just been using the adapter that comes with your phone, chances are your phone can charge a lot quicker than that. And so this will give you that power, and it really is kind of cool. Once you get used to faster charges, everything else just feels excruciating. Excruciating? Okay, I am so lost perspective. If that's excruciating, okay, I digress. So there you go. Of course, it has 4 devices at once worth of plug-in, which is great, and they're all being charged at roughly equal rates. It's not the case that everything gets slower as you charge if you plug more things in. That's good. It's got this foldaway plug, which is great, and it's in line with the body. What I mean by that is there's no protuberance here, so you can just plug this in and it'll hug the wall directly. which helps to support the weight of it a lot, which is good. It is relatively compact, which means you can just throw this into your backpack, etc. And it is $30 at the end of the day. I mean, that's not super cheap. You can get an adapter for much cheaper. But this replaces 4 chargers with one that's just way faster and way better than all the other ones. And so, to me at least, that's what's good, is that the price is fine for the utility that you get in here. It's compact. You got the foldaway plug, which is good. You can charge 4 devices at once at full speed. It's got the Qualcomm quick charge if you want to do that. It's happy on any voltage. And just these many outlet USB things are freaking magic. So, on the bad side, unfortunately, there are only a couple of little, well, no, actually, fortunately, there are only a couple of little issues here. Pardon me. First off, there were no, cable management prongs. Some early Apple adapters had, a little set of aux horns on the side here that you could wrap the cable around. But instead, with this guy, if you're traveling with this guy in cables, what you're going to end up doing is probably using, and what I do is just use a little Velcro strap, loop everything up together, and then just Velcro the whole damn thing together. You know, it's a little less convenient, but it does the trick. No big deal. Next thing, this is a little bit on the heavy side. If I pull out my little scale here, we are coming in at 5.6 ounces for this guy. That is a lot more than your just general charger, but considering, again, you're getting high speed, you're getting a bunch of chargers all at once, I generally find this to be absolutely worth it when I am traveling. Maybe not for, ultra-long backpacking trips, but you're not using this anyway, so what am I talking about? And then finally, probably the thing I dislike least, and this guy's Achilles heel, is that this is a relatively heavy thing, and it has, smooth plugs on there. And so I've often found it to be the case that if you've got a well-worn outlet, you all know that outlet on the wall at the airport that, everybody has used. I mean, you plug it in, it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. It's just not a great thing. And so when you get to those sorts of situations, very often the weight of this guy or the weight of the cables coming off the front of it, which move the center of balance a little bit forward, will just pull this guy right out. That is one advantage that having an actual plug that's on a cord can give you, because there the plug only needs to support the weight of the cord, whereas this guy is actually a heavier sort of thing. And so as a result, this guy is no longer able to function if the outlet is vertical and is, pretty worn out. Let's just put it that way. So that's the bad to me, is that with worn out outlets, this won't work because it is a bit heavy, and there's no cable management on here, but whatever, not a big deal. Final conclusions, look, this is one of the very best travel tools I have. It is really, really space efficient. This is one charger that replaces 4, which is great. It is a known quantity. What I mean by that is, hotel lamps will often now have a USB thing in there, but you don't know how fast they're going to charge. You don't know if there's an issue there. There are, frankly, security questions about plugging into random USB ports. That's something you should kind of keep in mind. And it charges things absurdly quickly. This is an outlet that will just keep charging things, and even while you're using it. You can charge a tablet while you're using the tablet, and this is pushing enough current there. And of course, like I said, it makes one outlet into many outlets, which can make you seem like a wizard. And so as a result, I love this thing. These are a great innovation, and this is one of them that's absolutely well done, and it is a solid freaking gem. So if you have more than one USB device, frankly, you should just get one of these guys. They sell them in the 2 size or the 3 size. I think you can get them with 8 or 10 if you're crazy. But this is a really nice little thing and has absolutely saved my bacon a couple of times and just made my life a whole lot easier, a bunch of other ones. And so absolutely, highly, highly recommend this guy. Hope this has been interesting to you, that it gave you a real charge, and that you have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.